like tentacles that pull back into the back. The rest of you in the grove, Farron clutching his hand. It's not quite gone. I can sense the island's grasp on Volric. All of the roots clutching onto Volric suddenly bulge, and Farron buckles over, Chenyar grasping onto his shoulder, and you watch as the roots seem to pulse outward, radiating out from Volric towards the surrounding trees in the grove, and you all hear these successive cracks of wood bending and moaning throughout the grove. Farron is suddenly pulled down onto Volric's chest, hand clutched on there, eyes closed. Something's coming. You hear a snap of wood close. Can you all make perception rolls for me, those of you in the grove? Not Volric.
Is it strange yet? I don't think this is normal.
Aspen got a 16. I usually 16.
I can't see the icons, so I'm just gonna roll it and then.
Okay. You don't have your character sheet?
I can't do the thing where I click on the icon and it assigns it to it.
Well, we're not doing initiative.
Sorry,
this is perception.
No initiative. My brain just chose a different word for what you just said.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know what we're talking about.
Why would you think initiative?
I just gotta be ready for anything.
24. Okay. All of you in the grove, minus Rin, you just hear these strange moaning and creaking of wood and snaps, but don't really see anything in the darkness beyond your vision. Rin, you're the one that notices a faint sound of something onto the dirt behind you. And as you turn and look, you see a kind of a shape, a mound hunched over on the ground next to a tree, and you realize that there's a dark cavity in the trunk of this tree. And you see this shape kind of stand up a good 12 feet in height. And you hear the moaning of wood and the creaking of roots. And you watch as something in the darkness seems to bubble and burst off of it. And you see 3 pods kind of onto the ground and writhing. What do you do, Rin?
As she turns around, pulling her bow out, she yells to others, "We've got company!"
As she shouts that, you all see the direction that she's looking, and you look over and see this thing rising up in the darkness, faintly humanoid shape, but it is kind of undulating and writhing. And you see those little pods unfurl into other humanoid shapes. And as this figure takes a step forward, the faint bit of light in this grove from the moon casts onto the figure, and you can see a 12-foot tall humanoid shape made up of bounded roots, all moving and shifting and writhing. There's faint little pinpricks of green light flickering where the eyes would be, and you see thick tendrils of thick rivulets of black goo sort of trickling out from under the roots themselves. And the 3 figures on either side that step forward seem to be made up of writhing roots that are constantly shifting and moving. Before we roll initiative, Rin, you hear one more and turn and see in the other direction another 12-foot figure rising up as 3 more pods onto the ground. And so I'll need you all to roll initiative, and then we're going to cut back to Volric.
We can't. Well, we're back to the whole icon thing now.
Yep, let me send you over to the map.
Oh, okay, great.
There we go. And you can, I would say you could place yourselves around the altar where Volric is. I just kind of arbitrarily placed you there. So you can kind of put yourselves where you want to be on that little, that tiny little island. sort of like that, Rin. And I'm gonna send us over for the audience so they can see what we're looking at. All right, so let us get these initiative rolls going. I'm gonna grab the stat blocks for all these things.
That frog scared me. So I'm right next to it.
That's
He's a friend. He's a friend.
That's
I had to
just
zoom. I had to
Bert.
zoom in really quick. I was like, "What?"
That's just Bert. Okay. And roll for this guy. Okay. So, as you all, I'm assuming, get into positions, readied positions for what is to come. Before we jump right into that, Aize, you are going to be first. But before we jump into that, as we see the group getting into a ready position as these strange figures start lumbering out of the forest towards the altar where Volric is being helped, we cut back to Volric in the similar forest-like grove. Volric, you start to see the ground itself starts to kind of crack open, and the trees seem to bend, and these tendrils of kind of faint, sickly green light starts to emanate out of the ground and the trees, and you see that figure rise up, head cocked to the side, as the body itself seems to be constantly shifting and moving. Let me see here. Where is this? Here we go. Volric, what do you do in this strange space?
I can talk normally, right?
You can, and you can move.
Okay. Does my intuition tells me that this is more of the spirits of the Isle of Dread or more of the illusions of the demon god?
Make a... Man. I would say a religion check for this.
No. Coming in. Here we go.
Cool. A 2? You have no idea.
Okay.
But
I'm still ready to respond though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Spirit of the Isles or demonic trickster, whatever you are, it's time for you to get out of my body.
The figure cocks its head in an abrupt snap, and you do hear a strange kind of and you watch as some of that yellow, sickly green light flares up, illuminating this figure that's standing before you. What you see is a humanoid shape made up of bound roots and tendrils of wood and vine. But where the face would be, you watch as it starts to shift and writhe into different figures. You see the soft feminine features of Rin looking back at you as it curls up into a big smile. And
More lies.
You hear a voice trickle into your mind. I'm afraid, Volric the Grey, that you belong to the island. I will not let your soul go. And the figure sort of springs outward towards you. Volric, I need you to roll initiative. This is going to be a bit weird because your initiative is not necessarily going to go in the initiative of the group. You are going to start always at the top of the round, but I just need to see if you get to react before this thing reacts.
This is like right out of a movie. Keep cutting back and forth, right? Okay. Go. Initiative.
Okay. The aspect of the island got a lower initiative roll than you, so we are going to put you and this thing up at the top, and you will get to go first, Volric. Let me get us all organized here, and then we're gonna jump right into this. Did your token show up on the initiative order? I don't see you on there.
Oh, you know what? I didn't click on myself.
I'll add you manually.
Thank you. I'm in there somewhere probably, right?
Yeah, I got you. It doesn't...
Oh, there I am.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It also really all that mattered is to see if you beat its initiative or not, so... in fact, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put you up here just to make sure that you're always at the top.
I'm currently unable to click on myself, but is that because I'm on a different screen? Right now I'm on the screen with a group.
Oh, you are? Oh, here. That's where you are. Sorry, everybody else, you see just probably a black screen. If you scroll over to the left, everybody, you'll see where you are. It's one map divided in two so that I can keep everybody in one area. All right, so let's kick this off first with Volric. Volric, what do you do as you see this thing tense and it's looking like it's about to leap towards you? And it is sitting on top of this stone pillar.
Okay, I'm going to stand up on the pillar. Free action, draw my sword. Bonus action, I will invoke my giant might, and I will grow to 9 feet tall. And then I'm going to, for my action, I'm going to cast Enlarge, and I'm going to grow to 18 feet tall.
Oh.
And I say, if you're coming on, come on!
Wait, so are you a size huge creature?
I am now huge.
Oh my... All right, so you... and burst upwards into this massive form. Are you going to stay where you are?
Yes.
Okay. This thing is going to leap down and come sprinting towards you with immense speed. Comes running at you. And you see its arms unfurl as these massive claws come out from it. It is going to, as it runs at you, it's going to cast Dispel Magic to try to remove that enlarge effect.
Oh.
What level spell is...
It is only a level 2 spell, so I think it automatic,
it automatically removes it as it... you feel these tendrils of energy wrap around you, and you see that sickly green energy, and you feel yourself get crushed down as it comes running up to you.
That's deflating.
God. Let me see. Does this thing have any bonus actions? Nope. That was it. So that was its action and its movement. That is going to take us to the group with.
No, will not.
Oh.
So I now have the cloud rune.
Yeah.
I swapped it out from my fire rune. When an enemy ends their turn, within 30 feet of me, I can use my reaction to invoke the cloud rune. And so there's a shield on my back, and the shield, those runes will glow. And unless he cannot be charmed, he has to make a wisdom saving throw against a 8 plus 3 plus 13.
Oh, I didn't take this into account. All right. Yeah, here we go. I got an 11.
Oh, all right.
What happens?
Let me post it in. Well, why don't you go? If you want to go to the other group while I post in chat for you, I can, or I can explain it real quick.
Just if you can just explain it real quick, that would be best.
Okay. So, essentially, the creature will fall into a incapacitated, dreamlike state. And it's not the cloud rune, by the way. I keep saying cloud. It is the stone rune.
Okay.
I'm using. So I envision it as the creature sees and maybe even visually looks a little bit like he's turned to stone because he just stops moving. So 0 movement, does get to roll at the end of each of its turns.
Okay.
To try and break out of it. But basically not just held, but incapacitated.
Does that mean melee attacks are auto crits?
I guess it says incapacitation.
Okay, I'll have to look up in the incapacitated condition. But that is wild. So yeah, you watch as it comes running towards you. The face contorts into an even more frightening version of Rin. And then as it gets close to you, it shifts into the face of your son, but contorted with like awful tendrils coming out of the mouth as it and then it stops and the face just goes into a blank slate as it sits there kind of jittering and twitching, trying to reach for you, and you hear that voice coming through your head. No. That will take us to Aize. Aize, what do? You see all these figures suddenly coming out of the woods.
Oh my goodness, so many targets. Ah, well, as the wise old man once said, apire matmoto. And I will fireball these guys.
Those guys, okay. So as, excellent. That, you can easily hit all of them, but I am just going to throw this down just so that...
I was trying to figure out how to hit both groups, but no. Without killing us.
All right, so you... And Archive goes, excellent choice, as a beam of light erupts in fire all around them. I'm going to make dex saves for them.
24 points, DC 16.
Okay. Whoa, that thing definitely fails. And the little guys, one of them succeeds, and this one here fails. Okay, 24 points.
Yep.
And this guy failed, so he is immediately burned up in flame. This one succeeded. Doesn't matter, still burns up in flame. As the fireball erupts around them. The bigger figure seems to react 24 that hit seems to deal a significant blow to it as it and the flames start to burn up the side of the wood and seem to take hold as these like hissing sounds and squeals come out of it. Is that it for you, Aize?
I'll move.
Okay.
After 1 sec. I'll move over to here. And I'll move Archive over here.
Okay.
And then I'll laugh.
Amazing.
Wood burns!
At the start of these things' turn, you see the body start to bulge and undulate once more as these like strange pustules form and bulge outwards. I'm gonna roll here. Okay. You see Aize as popping out of it more of those little figures plop onto the ground and writhe upwards as it does that at the start of its turn. I will put these all around it. Well, this one over here as well. And I only got one of these, so only one of these will pop up. All right, so that's at the start of each of their turns. More figures seem to sprout forth from these beings. And then it is going to beeline. Both of them are going to beeline straight for Farron. They come running up. This one can only make it to here with all of you in the way, and it's just going to swing down with this tendril of roots that seem to extend outwards and sort of bulge out and slam into... It gets 2 attacks. It's going to slam into Aspen and Shifty. Here we go. First attack on Aspen. 15 to hit.
No, that does not hit.
Okay, so into the dirt next to you, and then to you, Shifty, an 11 to hit, so that misses as well. That only got 30 feet up, and then it is going to dash right up to Farron as it raises its arms up towards Farron. Farron, still eyes closed, focusing on the ritual. You see Chenyar looking up, frightened. Protect him! Next up is Rin.
Staying where she is, even though she probably would want to get closer to Volric, she's going to start with our taller guy on the right, closer to Volric. And if she hits, I'm going to cast Ensnaring Strike.
Okay.
That somehow works, assuming she hits.
Okay.
Shooting with Sharpshooter.
Snaring Strike. Excellent.
Now, if I could just find the right button.
So wait, what is that?
18 minus 3, so that probably...
18 minus 3? That does not hit. The arrow just fink off the hard surface of this being.
Alright, second shot. 27 minus 3.
That definitely hits. Alright, so what does Ensnaring Strike do?
Yeah, this is one where I have a... Seems like I seem to have a 50% rate in my success, but let me get the description out for you.
Okay. Here it is.
So it should...
the next time you hit a creature with a weapon attack... Strength saving throw.
And since this is a large one,
it will have advantage.
The chances are going to be even slimmer. Okay. So,
all right, I'm gonna.
Try still.
Got it. I'm gonna have it make its strength save. Here we go. At advantage. So 14 or a natural 1, a 5. What is your spell save? Oh, it's 13. So it just barely. The vines start to wrap up around it, and it snaps them as it's unable to take hold. But how much damage was that?
When it looks like it only does damage when it's restrained.
Well,
so.
but the your actual shot, that was 16 damage. Okay.
Oh yeah, I also shot it, didn't I? That should be 10 plus 6, so 16.
Is that piercing damage?
The 6 is the piercing.
The 6 is the piercing. Okay, so that's reduced to 3, so 13 damage. Okay. Raising its arms. Is that it for you, Rin?
Yes, unfortunately. So Bert is just gonna chill there.
Okay. Oh, can you not have Bert do anything because you used your bonus?
My spell was my bonus action. Yes.
Understood. Okay, that takes us to Aspen.
I have a question. Are these considered humanoids? I want to know. So, if I try, okay. Shinyar, I'm gonna say to Shinyar, I have to drop this spell, and I'm gonna try to grab those two. I'm gonna drop Hold Person on Volric, and I'm gonna twin spell Hold Person and try to catch both
of the big ones.
Tree monsters. Yeah, okay. The big ones.
And does Hold Person specify humanoid?
Yes, it says choose a humanoid that you can see within range.
Understood. You release the energy as it, and it just seems to dissipate off of them. Yeah, they are not considered humanoids.
Okay. Yeah, so that didn't work. Can I still quicken that?
I don't know. I'm gonna trust you on this. I don't know how sorcerers work.
Well, I cast the spell, so okay. I mean it didn't work. So I'm gonna quicken it, even though it didn't work.
Okay.
And I'm gonna call out my axe.
Okay. I'll trust you on this. The axe appears.
Yeah. That's all I can do.
Okay.
Oh wait. I do want to move closer to am I still within his range? This guy?
The big one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I want to move closer to. Okay. All right. That's all I can do.
Okay. Cool. It is now the Vine Blights. They are going to. No, they're not going to do that. Okay. They're going to whip out with their vines at. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So they're going to move in as they kind of weirdly undulate across the ground. Their vines almost acting like tentacles as they move and whip out these roots towards. Let's see, how far can they get? They can't really move that far. They don't move that terribly fast. This one will move to there. Okay, so this was the only one that can strike out at Shifty as it whips its roots out towards you. For an 11 to hit, so that doesn't hit. And the other two, I believe they can do this. They're going to use an ability called Entangling Plants as essentially 15-foot radius centered on them. The area around them erupts in roots. So if anything is within that, something will happen, and it's considered difficult terrain. But that's all they can do right now. Shifty, you're up.
All right. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to give a little smile, and at the one above,
okay,
if how many actions it would take to pull out a flask of oil, throw it onto them, and light a make a spark with a match. The big guy in front of me. Would that be one move, or would that be a move and a reaction?
I would say one action to throw the oil onto them,
and then bonus action.
And then I would let you sacrifice your bonus action to try to. What are you gonna do? You have a tinderbox? Do you have something to ignite it with?
I have a flask of oil. And I also have a candle, but I have a flask of oil, 2 of them actually, okay. And I have a tinderbox.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, so then let's call this. Oh man, what is this? Go ahead and roll
fire damage.
Roll an attack first to see if you can see if you can throw the flask of oil, hit it, and have it smash against it.
This is going to be sneak attack damage.
If it, well, no.
He's going to be really surprised when I roast him.
If you yell, "Be surprised" and throw it, then.
I'm gonna light it right under his feet. Okay, so how do I roll an attack? I've never rolled just an attack before.
This is an improvised weapon, so you're gonna roll. I don't know if you have proficiency in improvised weapons, but it would be a dex-based roll. So roll a dex, roll with your dex modifier, and then I gotta look up improvised weapons. I don't know. Do all players get proficiency?
I got a 13.
So even if you had proficiency with it, that would be a 16. So no, that does not hit. The flask, you throw it with all your might, and it does not break. It just and it bounces off and into the dirt.
Is it spilling?
I imagine you were trying to throw it and break it like a Molotov, right? So no, it is intact. It's just lying in the dirt. We'll say that it's right here behind this vine blight.
Well, I guess I didn't use my bonus action, did I?
No, you didn't.
I'm gonna use a cunning action and get the heck out of there.
Okay, so you're gonna disengage?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and move yourself. As Shifty darts away.
I'm too young to die. And I'm going to go right between Quinyar's. Actually, no, I don't want to go that way. I'm going to go between I'm gonna go between Aspen's, like between Aspen and this guy here.
Okay.
Just between their legs, because I have this thing called you know, I'm a little guy, so I'm just like, move out of the way, move.
Okay.
I'm not mess with that thing.
As you go scurrying over behind Farron, who is focusing in on this ritual, and you look up and see that other one is just looming right there. Is that your turn?
I'm gonna go to right here. Can I go to here?
You can go into that square,
5,
yes.
10, 15, 20. Okay, yeah. Is this a elevated and lower spot?
Yeah,
It
so
looks like
you'd be
it's
dropping down about 5 feet as you onto that little section there.
Yeah, so I kind of like hiding a little bit.
Okay. That is your turn. All of the needle blights are going to... What is their range? 30 feet. Okay, cool. I think they're all roughly within 30. Yeah. So they're going to start firing these little needles as their bodies produce these thorns that shoot out towards you all. This one is going to move towards Aize. This one is going to move towards Shifty. And
You can see me? I'm not hiding?
well, you used your bonus to disengage, not to stealth. So yeah, it can definitely see you. Yeah, they're all gonna move in. Okay, so let's resolve this. So let's start with Aize. So Aize, the needles come shooting towards you. 19 to hit. Oh, you're muted. Does that hit you?
Reaction, I'll throw a shield spell. So
They ricochet off the shield. Then this will be on Aspen. 10 to hit, so that misses. 1 on Rin. An 8 to hit, so that misses. And then 1 on Shifty. Oh, natural 20. My god, I'm sorry, Shifty. Okay.
I would like to use my lucky feat when you. Oh wait, no, wait. That's not lucky feat. That's not the one. When a creature you can see hits you, let me make sure it's not a bonus. It's not. When a creature you can see, let me just post it here.
Okay.
Second chance. When a creature you can see hits you with an attack roll, you can use your reaction to force that creature to re-roll. Once you use this ability, I can't use it again.
Okay, I will re-roll. I know that Roll20 rolls twice automatically, but I think that would negate
God.
Well, it would negate the essence of you using this ability, so I'm just gonna re-roll. So here we go. It's a natural 1. Okay, so it you duck out of the way at the last second as these needles, that would have been like 17 points of damage had that hit. Go flying over your head. But there was one more. Yes, this one here gets to fire at you. Here we go. And
I hope you broke a limb.
So all these little needles go flying through the air, and you all duck and dodge out of the way. Shield going up, blocking it, taking us back to the inner space of Volric's mind, as Volric is there, confronted with this being that is currently locked up and frozen. Volric, what do you do?
Yeah, so I was trying to look up incapacitation. I think we should go with what it says currently, which is just that they can't take actions or reactions.
Correct. Okay, yeah. So they are.
Of course, he has 0. So no advantage, no crits, and stuff like that.
Perfect.
So for my action, I'm going to grapple this sucker.
Okay.
Oops. Oh, I just closed Roll20. Dang it. Sorry, guys. Good thing this isn't live. That'd be super annoying.
Yeah, it would be.
Roll this back in. I'm sorry, guys. Hope everyone's having a good new year so far. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay, here we go.
It's okay. I was using the opportunity to figure some things out.
Okay, good. All right. Here we go. Finally. Okay. Grapple. Okay, of course.
Why didn't I learn fire? I wish I would learn fire.
Okay, so it's strength versus strength or dex.
Strength versus strength or dex. Okay. Here we go.
Athletics versus athletics acrobat.
It automatically fails because it cannot take actions or reactions. So you just
that's right.
grapple onto it as it. So it is grappled.
Action surge. I'm going to knock it prone.
Okay, it automatically fails, so it falls prone.
You've had it now. I basically have my foot on his neck.
Okay.
And that's it. That's my turn.
All right, so on its turn, does it just get to make a save? Is that it?
At the end of its turn, it makes another saving throw, yes.
Okay, and it can't do anything except try to make the save. It's a wisdom save?
Yep.
Oh, man. 14?
That'll pass.
Okay, but it is still grappled, so I'll just put that on there. So it's grappled and prone, but it the face, the blank slate of the face suddenly twists back into the face of Sethreth as it, and you see the
big mistake. I wouldn't mind hitting him.
The furious orc face of Sethreth as tusks emerge out of the mouth. And we'll see what happens when it gets back to its turn. Aize, you are up.
Okay. Oh, yeah, my mic was on. For some reason, I can't pick the screen. Oh, it's probably because that thing is there. All right, I'm going to place the fireball right here.
Right there. Okay, let me grab this. So
that way I should catch all of those little. Actually, move it down one.
Oh, down one. Okay, like that.
Drat! I can't get the both of them in there.
No. Unfortunately,
all right,
not.
move it up one. I'd rather get the one close to me. He's the one that tried to.
Okay. So the fireball explodes and erupts around you, or sorry, around them.
Ah, yeah. Thank you.
And
yes, sir. And throw it.
Awesome.
More burning wood.
And let's see, 23 points. Okay, so I'm gonna roll for the big guy. This could take the big guy out. Yeah, that will. The big guy burns up in flame and falls back, dissolving into ash onto the ground, and the other creatures that got hit also burn up, except for the one vine blight is barely clinging on.
I point at it and I say, I see you there, you know.
As it just kind of rides there in its space. All right, was that it for you, Aize?
Oh, did the one in the back here, this guy? Oh, sorry, I'll click the screen.
This one survived, and then all the others burned up.
Okay, no problem. I pointed him as well then. I see you as well. I get to you.
Excellent. All right, on their turn, Aize, you hear a snap in the wood behind you. And you turn and see, just as a large cavity in the tree bulges outward and flops down on the ground behind you, and standing up before you is one of these massive wooden humanoid figures. And you can see the pustules bulging on it as they pop outwards. But it can't do anything on this turn, but it is standing. It plops out on the ground right next to you. Okay. And this one.
Nobody said these woods were haunted?
Okay. As that happens, Farron is eyes closed and tensing there with the ritual. He shouts out, "It's fighting back! I can sense Volric, though! He's gonna have to be the one to push us through!" And with that, the other creature that's standing there is going to move up to strike down One at you, Aspen, one at Farron. So here we go. 14 to hit Aspen, so that misses. And a 22 to hit Farron. That is going to hit. Whew, this could be a really bad hit. 13 points of damage to Farron, who gets slammed down into the ground by this big, thick root. And you see his arm snap from the blow as he starts to and trying to focus in on Volric. In this moment of pain, his eyes kind of open, tears streaming down his face. And Rin, for a moment, he seems to notice you standing there. Renly? Alright, next up is Rin.
Alright, she's going to take 2 paces to the right. And looking at who's in range, she's going to cast... Yep.
Quick reminder, you have Zephyr Strike if you ever need it.
Yes. With... What I was going to say. And looking at her range, she's going to cast Aid.
Okay.
Increasing the maximum hit points and also adding 5 hit points. I'm going to give that to Farron, Volric, and Shifty, and Aspen.
Okay. So what did they each get 5 hit points?
Yes, and the maximum hit points also increases by 5.
Awesome.
So if you're still at your maximum, add 5.
Yeah, Volric, you can go ahead and add 5 even within the dream space that you're in right now.
I'm sorry, Josh. For lore reasons, I have to keep him alive.
No, it's not me. It's okay. It's okay.
Is that it for you, Rin?
And I believe that's part of my bonus action. So for my actual action, turning to the larger creature at at Volric's side, going to declare favored foe, which won't be relevant until I hit him. So shooting with sharp shooter.
Okay, go for it.
Tongue twister out here. All right, that's not gonna hit.
It ricochets off the wood.
I don't believe this, Erica. I'm gonna leave now. Gosh. You fight the pieces on a rock by yourself. I'm gonna hide.
All right, second shot. 20 minus 3.
So is that a 17?
Looks
That
like it.
just misses as it off of the hardwood of this creature.
Well, just stay alive, folks.
Okay. That takes us to Shifty, who is crouched down on the underside of this little hill. What are you going to do?
All right, so...
Did I skip you, Aspen? I skipped you. Sorry, Aspen, go ahead.
It's okay.
This just happens when you get healed, I guess.
Yeah, I look to Ren. I see her moving around, and this thing trying to take Farron. So I kind of put my hands in the air, one with my axe, and I call on my father to aid the 4 of us. So I'm gonna cast Bless using the 2nd level spell slot on myself, Ren, Farron, and Volric. And to Volric, I'm gonna kind of lean over and whisper, "You've always been a stubborn person. We need you to be stubborn right now." I don't know if he can hear me or not, but that's what I'm gonna say to him as I cast this.
Make a persuasion roll for me.
Okay, I will as soon as my okay.
Oh my goodness.
27.
Volric, you hear Aspen's voice drift into your mind as she says that. Go ahead and give yourself a bardic inspiration die, Volric, that you can use at your when you want to.
I love him getting all these buffs from like the beyond. Awesome.
Through the power of friendship. Anyways, who else was blessed?
So yes, myself, Ren, and the druid.
Yourself, Rin, and the druid. Okay, perfect. That was your action. Anything else?
Yes, as my bonus action, I want to cast Hexblade's Curse on the one right in front of me.
Oh, okay. Excellent. So, what an ability is curse, right?
This is 19. Yeah, this is a 19-20 crit range.
Got it. And but doesn't it also affect like an ability like?
No, that's just Hex.
Got it. Okay. It doesn't make a save, right? It just happens.
It just happens. Yes.
Excellent. Okay, is that it for you, Aspen?
Yes.
Okay. Now it is Shifty's turn.
Quick question. Is there a part of the hill here that goes lower, like that kind of dips down and slopes down?
It's just kind of what's there, right? So there's like a little bump there.
I can't see the trees in the way.
There's the little bump where everybody is, and then it kind of flattens out like at a slight decline, and then there's bigger drops there at the edges.
So would I be able to see this if I went to, I guess, like right here? Would I be able to see to here?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah? All right, cool. I'm going to go here and I'm going to go, got to end this. Man, this just sucks. I can't believe Bulwark's always getting us in trouble. Jeez. And I just go, let's see if this works. I take a chip of Nika wood and I just go, and I toss it like that, and I cast Shatter. Right.
Oh, nice.
Here.
Right there. Okay. What's the?
It's a 10-foot.
10-foot radius. Okay. Awesome.
So let me go ahead and cast that.
Like that.
Boom.
Okay.
Oh, is that the 10-foot radius right there? Oh, cool.
Is it a 10-foot radius or a 10-foot cube?
I believe it's a 10-foot radius.
Okay, then yeah, that's a 10-foot radius. So
I thought it was a lot smaller.
This explosion radiates out from there. DC 13. Okay, they are going to make their save. Here we go.
Boom, shakalaka.
That one succeeds. The Vine Blight does. The Needle Blight fails. So that one takes, what was the damage? Was it 15
I have to
damage?
roll it, don't I? Here we go.
15 damage.
It looks like. No, wait. Let's see here.
Well, you don't do sneak attack with
It's 15, yes, it's 15.
Yeah. Or unless that's an arcane trickster thing that I don't know about. But yeah. Okay, so that
I am pretty sneaky.
That Needle Blight explodes into splinters, shattering outwards. It is destroyed. The Vine Blight, unfortunately, holds on. So that was 15 damage. So 7 damage. And the big guy is going to make that dex save. Oh, that's a natural 1. So also takes 15 damage. What type of damage? Oh, it's thunder damage. So yeah.
This is thunder. This should be like really...
Yeah. Explodes around it. The wood gets impacted and splinters, and it lets out a strange sort of grating sound. All right, Shifty, anything else on your turn?
Good vibrations. I'm gonna, let's see, how many feet did I move? I went 10 feet?
Yeah, you only moved 10 feet.
I moved 10 feet. Yeah, I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna use my cutting action to be a little stealthy.
Okay, go for it. Roll a stealth check for me. Uh, 15. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I will say the Needle Blights that are on that side, they're like, they see you. There's you would have to like go somewhere where they would.
Could I go like right here?
You would be going up onto the hill, so no.
Hiding like under. I could hide under the frog.
No, it's about the size of a big dog. So Shifty, you are able to hide though from the view of the big guys that are on the other side of the hill. So you duck down and get out of the line of sight of them, and they don't seem to take notice. So you are hidden from them. Okay, that takes us to the Needle Blights. Okay, one's going to fire at Rin. One is going to fire at Shifty, one's going to fire at Aspen, and 2 are going to fire at Aize. So let's start with Aize. Here we go. That is a 20 to hit, Aize. You gonna do shield or are you gonna take it? Oh.
Shield won't stop it.
Okay.
Well, hold on 1 second. My armor class, armor spell is... Sorry.
It's okay.
Let me just...
Yeah, you're
Major
good.
armor is on. Major armor class is 13 plus dexterity modifier. Dexterity modifier is 3, so my base armor class is 16.
And with shield, it would bring you up to 21.
Then I will shield.
Okay, so shatters off the shield. Another volley of needles. That is a natural 20, so unfortunately that will pierce through the shield as you try to deflect. Needles
Hold
flying.
on, I might get an action for that too. I have luck.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Lucky, 3-pointer.
He's lucky. He's a star.
When attacks made against you, you can spend 1 to roll an additional d20, and you choose which die to use.
Why don't you roll a d20 for me? Go for it.
No, you roll it.
Okay, here we go. I'll roll again.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's a 16. So
I'll choose that.
the needles, they actually penetrate through your arcane barrier, but they all just, and you kind of wince, and you look down and you just see a bunch of holes poked through your robes where they just barely missed any actual flesh.
I laugh. I told you I'm lucky.
Oh my god. All right, and then here we go. Rin. 15 to hit, Rin.
Yeah, my AC is 15.
Okay, so this will be 2d6. I only rolled a 2 and a 1, so you take 4 points of piercing damage. And then on you, Shifty, a 17 to hit, Shifty.
I believe that does hit.
Okay, so you take 10 points of piercing damage. And
I'll take I'm gonna do something here where I'm gonna have an uncanny dodge and be like, whoa, and take half of that. Unless it's an area of effect spell.
So
where
5. Nope, 5 points of damage.
It's not an area of effect spell?
No.
Okay.
5 points of damage to you as they graze across your chin as you do a matrix dive. And Aspen, a 20 to hit you.
Shield.
Shield. They ricochet off of the arcane energy. Taking us to Volric. What would you like to do?
All right. So still 9 feet tall. I have my foot on this creature's throat, and I see it morphing to all the faces of my friends. Enough of your lies! And I whisper an incantation, and a rune appears over my hands. I'm going to cast Cloud of Daggers, which for this spell, the visualization is many throwing axes that are whirling around in a small 5 foot by 5 foot cube. And it'll be right over it. It'll be 5 feet behind it. And I'm going to then reach down with one hand and slide it up into it, because I cannot do damage if I cast it on it, but if it moves into it, it can take damage this round.
Okay.
So I will move forward 5 feet, still grappling it, it's still prone, and it'll take 44 damage. And that's my action.
So you're sorry, are you like shoving it essentially?
Yeah, well, so I'm carrying it, right? Because I have it grappled.
Got it.
So I can still carry it. Yeah.
Okay, and then sorry, what was the radius? Is it literally just like a 5 foot square?
A 5 by 5, yeah,
Got it,
small.
okay. So
Small.
you move the creature into it, and it starts to carve into it. So does it do a save?
It's 44, no save.
Okay, go ahead and roll the damage.
I'm also having it so the head is going to be obscured by the axis, so any visual changes it tries to trick me with, I'm not going to see it.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Yeah, okay, I'm trying to find my spell. I think I just click on the spell. It should work. So let me get that a shot real quick. I hate this part where I'm always a little bit slow. I apologize, my friends. Okay, here we go. Cloud of Daggers. I'm clicking it now. Let's see if something happens. Something happen?
I don't see anything.
There we go. Coming.
Okay.
Oh, how's that?
7 points of damage. Okay. Starts to carve into it as it takes that damage. All right, so it is grappled right now and prone. So
and at the beginning of its turn is when it will take each round will take this damage.
Okay, got it. So it would need to take in order.
Go ahead, sir.
Sorry, at the beginning of its turn it takes this damage?
Yes, at the beginning of its turn.
Okay, so it would take that 7 points of damage on its turn.
No. So to be clear, if the creature is moved into it outside of its round, it will take damage, and then if it's in it at the beginning of its round, it
go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll more damage then. 7 more points. Okay, nice. As it starts carving into it, it is going to. I think it's gonna lash out at you with its attacks. No, that would be a disadvantage. Oh, Volric! How dare you! Oh my goodness, Volric. Is that a concentration spell?
It sure is.
Okay.
He's so good he can fight in his sleep.
Oh, shoot. This thing.
You can always surrender.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna make a slight call here, because this is a homebrew monster, and I'm gonna slightly modify one thing, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what that is so that everybody is aware. It is going to cast a cantrip on you. It's going to cast Infestation, which normally would be a Constitution saving throw. I'm going to change it to a Wisdom save for this reason. This is within your mind, and this is the aspect of the Isle trying to cling to your soul and keep you there. So
Very
instead
cool.
of it being your physical body, it is your mind, it is your will to try to resist it. So make a Wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Right. That totally makes sense. Wisdom is my weakness. So here we go. Come on, luck.
Is that a 17?
It is natural 17, baby.
Okay, so yeah, you have this thing pinned, and it's getting carved up by these axes. As you, what happens is you start to see your skin bubble, and you feel things crawling under your flesh, but you push through it, and that feeling subsides. Okay, that was its turn. Aize, you're up.
I am up and at 'em. My goodness, they're very close to me. How about... Oh, I'd love to fireball them again, but this is a fresh target, so I'm gonna do this. Boop.
Misty Step, nice. And you
I'm
end
going
up
to
over there.
I want to go at the very top of that stone arch.
Okay.
So I'm elevated from the ground?
You are, let's call it 15 feet up.
Okay. And then as my bonus action, because that was my action, actually, I do nothing. All right. Actually, I say, Archive, move over here, will you?
Yes, of course, sir. As the book floats across towards you. Okay, that was your turn. Next up are all of these creatures. So at the start of their turn, more pustules form and bubble. And I'm gonna have only rolled a 2, so one needle blight pops out there, and another one is going to pop out behind that one, and then I rolled a 3 for the other one, so these guys are all gonna come spilling out onto the ground, and one down here by this thing. They all come spilling out onto the ground. And this thing is now going to raise up its thick trunk and go for Aspen and Farron. That's what its objective is. So it's gonna go for Aspen and Farron. Here we go. I'll start with Aspen. An 11 to hit Aspen, so it misses, and then this is gonna be on Farron. Oh God, I rolled a 25. Okay. Oh boy, here we go. 16 points of damage. Ooh. Farron is looking really rough as it slams down onto him. Like you hear another horrible snap as his leg breaks and he kind of falls down, trying to cling on to Volric. Looking up at you, Rin, you can see his vision blurring, and he says to you, "I'm so sorry, Renly. Follow Loris if I don't make it." And he continues grabbing on to Volric. Volric, in your space, you see, you feel this like kind of sudden pulse of pain, and you see that creature that you are pinning down seems to kind of bulge outwards, and all of the trees around you start to move and writhe as something is happening that seems to be bolstering this creature. Okay, that was its go, and then the other one is going to come running in 30 feet straight up to Volric, and no, it doesn't want to do that to Volric. Yeah, it's just gonna dash to get into position next to Farron. Okay, that was their turn. Rin, you're up.
Well, shoot.
You do have a second aid spell if you want.
Yes. Okay. Well, I was going to move, but I think I'm going to stay right where I am. So, staying within 30 feet, I'm going to cast Aid once again. Does that, so that I believe that adds another 5 to the maximum, right?
It does, yeah.
It can't stack, so it has to be 3 new people. That's the only thing.
Okay. Well,
you may want to just shoot.
I'm reading it now. Can that include? Can I count myself as one of the?
Yes.
Awesome. So, I'm going to cast Aid on myself, Mr. Shifty, and Chenyar.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Or is Chenyar? Or we're not using Chenyar then?
You know what? I was just thinking that Chenyar has essentially been using the help action to help Farron. I think in this moment, Chenyar may, I'm just going to have Chenyar go last. Chenyar will, you see Chenyar reaching out and grabbing onto Farron, getting ready to cast Cure Wounds. I don't have Chenyar's stat block, so we're going to have to kind of fudge this a little bit unless people remember what her modifiers are, but
just figured I'd keep her alive while I'm here.
Okay.
I believe she had a +3 or 4, maybe.
Okay, let's go with a +4. I'll be generous. Okay, so sorry, you cast Aid on Chenyar, and do you also cast it on Farron?
It doesn't stack though, right?
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't. Okay, then.
Unless I mean, I'm referring to Mr. Volric here. Would I be able to? So maybe not for the maximum, but would I still be able to give out 5 hit points? I can't.
Yes, it's separate. Yes, it's separate. You just can't. Stack
okay.
Hit points.
Then instead of Chenyar, I'll give it to Farron instead.
Okay, so Farron gets 5 hit points.
Yes.
Okay.
Does that mean I also get 5 hit points? She cast it on me.
Yes, and your maximum increases by 5 as well. So if you get for the duration.
Okay. So sorry, just to be clear, who has Aid cast on them? Farron, Shifty, and
me.
And you. Okay. And so Aspen no longer has it, or
they still keep it.
They
it
still
just
keep it.
doesn't
Okay.
stack.
Okay, excellent.
And for actually shooting at these guys, I am gonna declare favored foe, and please to make it relevant so I could shoot.
Okay.
All right, shooting with sharpshooter. We're going to start again at the right.
Okay.
21 minus 3.
That just hits, right? Yeah. Yeah, that just hits.
Don't forget you have bless.
Oh yeah. So, but that hits. So you're good. Sorry. Which one are you targeting? The one to the.
Yeah, the one that's directly in front of me. The bigger one.
Okay, cool. So 10 points of piercing, 15 points of piercing damage. I guess the 10 for sharpshooter isn't piercing. It's just like sneak attack damage. So we'll have the 5. So it's 12 points of piercing damage. Slamming into it. Go ahead with your second attack.
All right. Once again, shooting with sharpshooter. Does the bless add to my 2 hit?
It would, but unfortunately,
that wouldn't be enough. Still,
you would still not have enough. Yeah. So unfortunately, that arrow deflects off. Rin, I wanted to ask though, what does aid look like when you cast it?
Well, since I don't think I'd actually need to touch them, but I will say probably it looks like she's turning to each of her allies, not directly touching them, but almost as if she's laying hands on everyone and then lays hands on herself.
Awesome. Okay, so you extend your hands outward and the energy flows through you, bolstering your companions. You do see some of Farron's wounds healing shut and hear some of the bones snapping back into place. Aspen, you are up.
Does Farron still look pretty hurt?
Yes, very hurt.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
Myself too.
Go for it.
I'm gonna do that at a 2nd level.
Okay.
1 second. He takes 18 points of healing.
Wow, that's excellent. All right, I will give him 18 points. Many of the bones start to snap back into place, and he seems to regain his composure. Volric, within your mind, you see the creature in your grasp wither once more. Aspen, what else would you like to do on your turn?
I'm gonna quicken that, and I'm gonna do a Toll the Dead on this guy.
Okay.
So that's a Wisdom save.
Okay.
DC 16.
That's a fail with the 12.
Okay.
And this one
I
is
hope it
damage.
actually rolls the damage. And it. Okay, cool. Roll.
I believe you get to roll a d12, right? Because of toll, it's damaged.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm trying to click on it. I think we're past what? Past level 5. I think it's 2d12 actually.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna roll it.
Yep.
2d12.
Whoa!
21 points of damage.
Oh my god.
What does Toll the Dead look like when Aspen casts it?
I think if anybody's staring at her eyes like gloss over that red color, that red, like a fiery red again, and she takes her axe and she just kind of like when she casts Inflict Wounds, she strikes out but it doesn't connect, and in his mind he would hear the voice of her mother calling to him.
So this being, they hear in their mind the voice of your mother say, "Submit to me," as it kind of twists, and you see black goo start to out of the cracks of this being. All right, is that it for you, Aspen?
Yes, I'm going to stay right here. Yes.
Okay, that one's looking bloodied. Shifty, you are up.
Then this one's not going to hit you again. I peek my head up over the edge here, or I guess I have to climb up a little bit to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to cast Shatter once more, take that little thing from my pouch, a little sliver of Mika.
Okay.
And I'm just going to be like...
Okay.
And like right there, and I go, boom, shakalaka.
Okay.
Watch this.
I'm
gonna make you tremble.
The big one rolled a 6, so it fails. Go ahead and roll your damage.
15 this time.
15 damage, nice.
Unless they're sensitive, vulnerable to it because their wood is vibrating.
Unfortunately, I mean, I don't think they are. It says something about like inanimate objects, but this is not. So 15 damage. It stumbles forward from the blast. It's barely hanging on. It looks pretty hurt. The little needle blight is obliterated into shatters into splinters, and the 2 vine blights. Let's see, one of them failed, so we'll take 15, and the other succeeded, so we'll take 14.
Josh, how many hits can these guys take?
Yeah,
why can't they just...
vine blights are a little more heavy duty, as they get struck with that. All right, Shifty.
Somebody could have blessed this forest before you came here.
Farron is very focused on what he's doing. Do anything else for you, Shifty, as you throw that little piece of wood out and the shatter spell goes off?
Yeah, I'm gonna hokey pokey and gonna go between legs right here because I can actually go between legs here. Yep. And I'm gonna attempt to hide again.
Go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Hiding in Aspen's, underneath Aspen's skirts and everything, hide below. Nobody's gonna find me. They're not gonna mess with Aspen. There we go.
There you go.
29.
Yes. Very hidden.
I'm a really good hider.
Aspen doesn't even know that you are there as you duck behind Aspen.
Like hiding in curtains.
Yeah. Taking us to the needle blights. The needle blights on this side are all going to aim up at Aize on the pillar. What did I do? Did something weird. That's not what I'm trying to do.
I feel your hits. Come.
So 3 attacks on you, Aize, as they all fire the needles up towards you. So I got 2 19s. Are you gonna cast shield to deflect?
Let me see if I have any left. Yes, I do.
Okay. Your armor class goes up.
Well, fire off my last shield.
The needles all shatter against the shield. And the other 3, 1 for Aspen, 2 for Aspen, 1 for Rin, because they don't know where Shifty went with a 29. So here we go. 17 to hit Aspen?
No.
Okay. And 13 to hit Rin, so that misses as the needles go flying overhead. And on Chenyar's turn, Chenyar will...
found it. She does have a +4.
She has +4? Okay, cool.
Yes.
Chenyar will cast Cure Wounds. I'm just going to do first level. So D8 +4. Here we go. 10 points. That brings Farron up to full, plus an additional 5, right? So, okay. Chenyar is looking very healthy at this moment as the last bit of wounds seal shut. Taking us to Volric. Volric, what do you do?
All right. So he has the cloud of daggers whipping through his face, and I have my hand right at its neck, and I'm thrusting my sword now into its gut.
Okay. Make your attack at advantage because it's prone.
Yes. Go. So yeah, 20, ignore the +3, 26, which I'm sure will hit.
Yep.
I do 16 points of damage.
Woo! As you drive your blade down into it, it...
And I'm going to go ahead and push that one bit. I'm going to use a Blade Flourish.
Okay.
Defensive Blade Flourish, which will add a D6.
Okay.
And oops, that's a D4. Ignore that. D6. Does D6 come out?
Yep, 4. I see a 4.
Yep. So I had D4, and then I also have +4 armor class because it means a defensive flourish.
Awesome.
For this round.
So 4 more damage, right?
Yep.
Okay. As you drive the blade even deeper into it. Okay, that was its turn, or your turn. On its turn, it takes the damage from the blades. Go ahead and roll that damage.
And there.
Oh wow, is that 10 damage?
Yeah, 2, 3, 2, 3 for damage.
Okay, so this thing is starting to fall apart as it's getting carved into. And it looks up towards you. The blades whipping past its face. You can just barely make out as its face is shifting and turning, and you start to hear the voice in your head. You will never escape the island. I will always be with you. Volric, make a wisdom saving throw for me once more, as it uses Weakening Gaze.
I'm feeling badass. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, you know, and if I miss, I'm going to use my inspiration.
It is a bardic inspiration, so you use one of your bardic dice, not another d20.
Well, I only rolled an 8.
So what's your bardic dice right now? Is it a d8?
So I rolled an 8 for my saving throw.
Okay.
But I'm wondering whether I want to use it or not, because I'd have to roll really high. Do I feel like I just dominated when I rolled that 17?
You felt like you just made it.
Okay, I'll just take it.
Okay.
I'm gonna save my inspiration.
Volric?
Yes.
Despite trying to hide the faces, they peek through, and you start to feel your body slacken, and you feel a weakness spread throughout you, and this weight bearing down on you. As you kind of slump down, you can see some of the roots in the earth rising up and trying to pull you down. You currently have disadvantage on strength checks,
okay.
And you only deal half damage with any attack that deals strength, or that uses strength as its stat.
Okay.
For 1
minute.
Do
I get a save each round, or is that just 1 minute?
You get to save at the end of your turn.
Cool.
All
Okay,
right.
Thank you.
So that is what is affecting you right now, and with that, because we're at 7:30, we are gonna go on a quick break, but we'll be back here very shortly. We got a lot to get through. Okay. Thank you all. We'll be right back. See you soon.
Can you, Nathan? Can you quickly paste in that website, and I'll do the promo.
Yeah, of course. Here, I'm gonna switch us over to you, Volric. Volric, if you want to speak to that really quick.
Yeah, sure. So in chat, Nathan's going to be placing in there. It's Dawn Lands LARP is the name of the cosplay, specifically LARP organization. They're based out of Kentucky, and they are very inclusive. They want us to let everyone know that. If you live in the area, they do have an event coming up, but you can see that and a lot of other info. They have a Discord channel, etc. Just connect with those guys recently because of the fact that we are a all cosplay show. We wanted to engage with that part of the community because we love them, and I guess they're loving us back. So if you guys live in that area or just want to follow them, please do.
Excellent. Thanks for that, Eric. I almost called you Volric. Yeah, go check them out if you can. We definitely want to, make connections and support people in the community, and give them a check. Go check them out if you have the time. We'll be right back here shortly, and we'll see you soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're gonna just jump right back into this. If you're joining us now, then you'll have to figure it out. There's a lot happening. All right. Well, let us do this. So we just ended with Volric being weakened by this aspect of the island within this strange headspace that Volric finds himself in as this ritual is being conducted. The rest of the party is being swarmed by these twisted tree creatures that are trying to stop this ritual from taking place. So, with that, we go straight into Aize, who is precariously atop this stone arch. Aize, what would you like to do?
I would like to drop a fireball on top of Volric, but that would be rude. So I'm gonna drop. My goodness, nah, they're in too close. This is irritating. But these little nasty bug things over here,
Yeah.
little twig-like creatures up there, I'm gonna torch them all.
Okay. That should work.
Archive, move back a little bit. I know it won't hurt you, but it's embarrassing to torch my own book.
Yes, of course. One thing, actually, really quick before you do that, because I kind of messed up and I removed the token for the Vine Blights, and I realized I completely skipped their turn. Let's resolve your turn, and then I'll let them go. But go ahead. So you cast the fireball. So they're all gonna make saves.
My goodness.
18.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
18
that's not your best fireball.
I've yet to hit my average, actually. It should be 28.
And sorry, what was your spell save? It's a
16.
16, okay. So only one of the needle blights make it. Oh, there's only 3 of them, sorry. But yes, only one of them made it. You rolled an 18, so that is 9 points of damage. Well, one of them survives. The rest are all obliterated.
Okay, I counted 5 of them there. Or 6, sorry.
Sorry, that's for the needle blights. The vine blights, which are the ones with the darker colored token, they will now make their save. No, they won't. One of them will. Unfortunately, these things are a bit tougher, and they manage to... Oh wait, I rolled 1 too many. They all fail, but they do manage to cling on as the fire and smoke clears. They are barely clinging on. You can see them kind of falling apart from the flame, but they are still sitting there writhing. Alrighty. So Aize, that was your action. Do you have a bonus or movement or anything you would like to do? Nope. Okay. That takes us to the tree monsters. They are both up next to Farron. They are going to go all out and try to smash Farron into the ground. So this is 4 attacks on Farron. This could be the end. Volric, you are seeing the creature in your mind withering away. And let's see what happens as the first attacks start coming in on Farron. Here we go. 17. What does Farron have? Wait, that shouldn't be. I think he has a slightly higher armor class because he has bark skin. That still hits. So the first attack hits, dealing 15 points of damage. In your headspace, Volric, you see the creature kind of swell up. The next attack coming in for Farron, 12, misses. As Farron rolls to the side into the dirt. Third attack hits, only dealing 12 points of damage. Farron is barely hanging on. And the last attack as the creature swells once more in your grasp, Volric. That's a natural 20.
Uh-oh.
So Farron, Rin, you watch in this final moment as Farron is lying in the dirt, clutching onto Volric, the energy channeling into him, And he looks over at you and says, "Remember, Renly. Follow Loris. I'm so sorry." The vine slams down and you watch as Farron disappears. And all that you see is a thick root in the mud and dirt. Pull away and Farron is lying still. All of the vines clutching to Volric wither and drop away. Volric, in your headspace, the creature suddenly... and it seems to bulge outwards. All of the trees around you start to writhe and squirm. You see roots starting to shoot up from the ground around you. And we'll see what happens when it gets to your turn. Farron is dead. Rin, it is your turn.
All right. I have a question to follow up with, but I'm going to act as Rin that doesn't know these things. So, she is going to stand back next to Farron where he lays.
Okay.
And damn, running out of options. I'm gonna finally use Bert for an action and just try his best to bite this tree where it stands.
Okay. Go ahead. I don't know what Bert's stats are, but go ahead and roll your attack.
Yeah, I have to. I'll grab him. All right. Let's hope he works his mysterious ways. Oh, I did it more than once. It's fine.
That's okay. What was the first one? An 8 to hit?
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't set this one up. So I was scared.
I will. So one thing, just to kind of
assume the lower that one.
No. What I was gonna say is, I would think Bert would try to position himself into an advantageous position. He can hop over to here and get that flanking. So as he hops over, is it an 8 or a 20 to hit? Is that right?
Yeah.
Or is that 20 damage? I don't know what this is.
Yeah, that's where I am.
It doesn't. Why isn't it telling me?
So, no, Chris put something in Zoom for you, Nathan, by the way.
Yes, I do see that. I will keep that in mind. Okay. I'm just gonna say I don't know how this is rolling, so I'm gonna say that the 12 will be the rolling at advantage, and that does not hit. But Bert hops into position and tries to grab onto this tree creature and is unable to. He just kind of gums the ankle of this thing, trying to break the wood. All right, that was Bert.
All right. All right. Rin picks up her resolve, and she's going to try to shoot at that same one.
Okay.
And since I failed to hit that last declared favored foe, she's going to switch over to this one.
Okay.
All right, come on. Good luck, John.
Oh, a natural 20.
3. Yeah.
That absolutely hits. So the dice are double, but it looks like it did that for you. Sorry, are you attacking the one on the left now?
Yes.
Okay, so that is 21 points of damage. However, the piercing is halved, so that's 16 points of piercing damage as the arrow sticks into this thing. This thing is barely holding together. You see the arrow go right into its chest, and it starts to sort of peel apart. You see like thick tendrils of goo trying to hold it together, but it's barely hanging on.
All right. Taking a deep breath, she pulls out a second arrow. Come on.
You have bless.
All right. What am I rolling for the bless?
You have to roll a d4.
Add a d4.
Unfortunately, as you focus, it ricochets off. You are unable to bring this creature down. Taking us to Aspen. What are you going to do, Aspen?
I don't even know what I want to do at this point. Is this man like actually dead next to me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I can't do anything about that. Okay. And this tree, the tree guy in front of me, he looks very hurt.
Very hurt.
Okay. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt on this guy.
The one on the left or right?
Oh no, I can't do that. That's not. You know what? No, I'm gonna attack. Yeah, I'm gonna attack this guy.
Okay.
With inflict wounds at first level.
Okay. You have advantage.
I also
from Bert.
Okay. Hopefully I can get a 19 or a 20. I'm gonna just roll it again. Okay. No, 17. Oh, plus 3, so 20.
A 20. That hits.
20 to hit.
Awesome.
That's 18 points of necrotic damage.
Amazing. The axe carves right through its chest and it withers away as the top half flops onto the ground. It is destroyed.
Okay, I'm gonna use my my last 2 sorcery points to quicken that. And has this guy right here, has he been hit?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do a total today, DC 16 wisdom save.
DC 16 wisdom, okay. Here we go. DC 16 wisdom. 15, so just fails.
Cool.
It rolled.
Okay.
Yeah.
20. Oh, I got another 12. Okay,
Woo!
20 points of damage. 20 points of necrotic damage.
It twitches and kind of crumbles onto one knee. It's still standing.
Okay, I'm gonna end my turn over here.
Okay, excellent. I did forget to do one thing at the beginning of their turn, so sorry, everybody. I'm just gonna do this. Okay. Luckily, one of them is dead, so it won't do this again. But another Vine Blight, we'll say as it falls down and collapses when you kill it, there's some remaining pustules, and it produces a Needle Blight that pops out next to Chenyar. And 2 more Vine Blights will appear next to this one. Alright. And they all are looking at all of you guys now that Farron is dead. Okay, that was Aspen's turn. That takes us to Shifty.
All right. So Shifty, he's going to, let's see here. This guy's still standing, right? Just barely?
Just barely, yeah. Oh, no. Sorry, that one is like bloodied. That one is not as hurt.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see what we can do about that. Yeah? All right. So here we go. I'm going to... Is this guy hurt? What about this guy? Is he hurting?
No.
Is he hurting her?
They literally was just born, so you have no idea. Just popped out of this big creature. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't like that at all. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do one thing here that they're not going to like it. I don't think they're going to like it at all. No, they're not.
Okay.
I'm going to run forward, or go through and kind of hop over this guy's body here. Sorry about that,
okay.
Farron. Excuse me, Farron. Sorry. And then I'm just going to go in there and do a sneak attack with a booming blade rapier. So my rapier, I pull it out, it comes sheathed in this energy as I lunge forward.
Awesome. Go ahead and roll your attack with advantage, because you got like a 29 or something with yourself.
22.
22, that hits. So as you leap over and jab your blade into the big tree monster, it sticks. Is that only 5?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I think I get to re-roll that, I believe. I heard 3 1s there, but I think I get to re-roll. When you roll a 1 on an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can re-roll the die and must use a new roll for lucky.
That's the attack roll, though, not the damage roll, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, that's a bummer.
So, you do, is that 11 points of damage. Unfortunately, the blade, it sticks in to the side, and you only catch like the thigh of this creature blowing off a small little piece of it, and it doesn't really seem to react, and then it slowly turns and looks right down at you.
But I think that's okay. I'm going to and then I'm going to use my extra move to this cunning action to just to kind of scrimp away here to
So you're gonna disengage?
this side. Yes, I'm going to disengage.
Okay, so you disengage and
See you
scurry
guys. I'm going home.
All right, that was Shifty. Okay, now I'm gonna have all the Vine Blights take their turn because I skipped, I think, like 2 of their turns. So all of the Vine Blights they move very slowly, so they're going to start slowly writhing across the ground, moving in towards you all. 20 feet to dash as they start to slither in. So those 3 had to dash. This one as well is going to dash 20 feet to get to there. Aspen, Shifty, and Rin, you feel the ground start to writhe up around you as vines start to stretch out and make this area difficult terrain. This one will move to here, and it's going to lash out. Okay, so we have... What can we do here? God, I lost track of who's who. There's a lot of guys on the board right now. We're gonna have one... We're gonna have 2 go for Aspen, 1 go for Rin. I think this one also just popped out, if I remember correctly. So...
Just to remind you, if this big guy moves at all, he's going to take another 1d8 of damage.
Okay, good to know.
Or 2d8, I believe. Let me double check.
Okay. Alright. This guy... Shit, actually can't do that because of... That guy's in the way. Okay, yeah, this one will just kind of dash to try to get into position, so can only get to, like, there. Alright, so that is 1 on Aspen and 1 on Rin, I believe. That's all we can do with these guys. So, 2 attacks. Here we go. 1 on Rin. Nope. And 1 on Aspen. No, I rolled 2 8s. So these vines whip out and try to wrap around you, and now all the needle blights are going to go. So there's only 4 left right now. So 1's going to go for you, Aize. Basically needs to get a crit in order to hit you as the needles go firing up at you. That's a natural 1. So you just easily dodge out of the way. The others are going to fire at... We're going to do 2 on Aspen and 1 on Rin. So here we go. 1 on Rin. And 2 on Aspen. And they all miss as the needles go flying around you. And that will take us to Chenyar. God. I don't want to make the decision for Amy. So I'm going to say that Chenyar, in this moment, runs over to Farron, gets down, and we will see what Amy decides to do. But Chenyar is tending to Farron because she could cast Revivify, I know. But that is a big decision to make because it costs 300 gold piece of diamond that she has, and yeah. So we'll see.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, we'll see if Chenyar decides to resurrect Farron or not when Amy returns. And that takes us back to Volric at the... Let me see how this works. So Volric, you see that creature, it seems to be bolstered by some sort of power. as whatever ritual was taking place seems to have stopped, and the woods around you contort and writhe. The strange yellowish green light becomes more intense, and the being in your at your feet is and at the top of the round, a lair action is going to start. So
all this is just role playing.
Yeah.
So as whatever this layer action is going to happen, Volric at his core, from his background, is a bit of a broken man from his time when he was enslaved and forced to fight. But he's recovered from that, from what people can see. But he is weak when it comes to things like this. So to bolster himself, he says, "Like an elephant I crush, my weapon falling like a thunderous foot. I am unstoppable, I am fury. The fire in my heart shall turn you to soot."
Amazing. As you are shouting that, you watch as the ground around you, those roots start to reach up and constrict around you. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. As those vines clutching onto you, you start to hear this sound at your feet, this, and you see faces starting to emerge from the soil, and those vines turn into strange, twisty, bendy, sinuous arms that are trying to pull you down into the earth. And you hear that voice, "I have you now. I will have you forever." Go ahead. Make a wisdom save.
Here we go. If I roll something decent.
Ooh, nice. You succeed.
17.
As those voices dissipate and the arms wither away and the faces retreat back into the soil. It is now your turn, Volric.
Lies! And then I swing my sword.
Go for it, with advantage.
Excellent. Okay. No. There you go.
A 16 just hits.
Great. 20 points of damage.
Okay.
Max damage.
That is
10.
halved
I'll
to
be 10.
because it's
Yep.
a strength-based attack, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll take it. I'm not going to use a blade flourish, though.
All right, so you slam down, but you feel that heavy weight on your body. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Make a wisdom save for me at the end of your turn to see if you can break the weakening gaze.
Yeah. Not a fan. Okay. Here we go.
You still are suffering from the weakening gaze. At the start of its turn, the aspect is bolstered by the power of the island now that it is able to channel fully into it, and it is going to slowly regain some hit points.
It's also going to take 44 damage.
Yeah, go ahead and do the damage as it regains 10 hit points, and go ahead and roll the damage. So is that 6 damage?
Yep, 6 points.
Okay. As it's being carved up, it's going to use its action, because it's going to try to break free. It's going to use its action to make an athletics check to break free of your grapple.
Nice.
So you are...
And I yell, "Not today!" Good.
You are size large, right? Like with your thing, don't you have advantage on athletics checks or something?
So it'll be even, yeah. So I have
Okay.
advantage. It'll be a wash.
Straight roll. Okay, go for it.
Right.
I rolled like doo-doo.
Oh, good, because I get a lot of pluses.
This thing is writhing and squirming and is unable to break free. Oh, this is so annoying! It's what you hear, the sound of the island. No, I'm just kidding. All right, it is unable to break free. That was its action, and that's all it can do. Aize, you're up.
Okay, I don't have the Ice Storm memorized yet because I don't have it in my book. So, I guess I'll cast a 4th level fireball.
Ooh.
And we will place it, I guess, here. Oh, good. Can I grab that?
I will make it so you can. You can now. Go for it.
All right, and I think will that get Aspen as well?
That will not get Aspen.
Then that's where we'll place it.
Okay. The fireball erupts. Go ahead and roll your damage. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You got to be kidding me.
Only one of them made it.
I have the worst luck with this thing tonight. That's a 9-die-6 fireball.
So this one is destroyed. Let me see which one actually made it. 1, 2, 3. So that one.
A lot of ones.
That's hilarious. So, and then 18 damage to the rest. They barely are clinging on to life with an 18. And then the big beastie will roll a dex save and fails, so it takes double damage. That is
36.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, how do you kill the big giant tree monster, Aize, as the fireball explodes around it?
The fireball detonates behind it, but there's a crack running up the back of the tree, and the flames enter that and then burst out through its mouth and its eyes.
That's awesome. So the
Off of
fire
its
channels in and explodes outwards. Splinters go flying, pieces of black goop splatter on the ground, and it...
And I yell out, "We're never going back to that island! You'll never take us!"
Amazing. As it is destroyed and withers away, you see all of the other little blights start to wither as well and fall into goo and dissolve into the ground. It seems that whatever was clinging on to creating this semblance of life has been completely eradicated. We are going to now just focus on Volric. I will say, Aize, that is the end of your turn. That takes us to, I'm assuming, unless you want to do something else, but that takes us to Rin. I will let y'all do stuff if you want, and we'll see what happens. So, Rin, you can see that Volric is now writhing and struggling, and the hand seems to be slowing down its regrowth as Volric is sitting there struggling in pain. Do you want to do anything as all of these creatures around you start to flop down and dissolve into the mud?
Fortunately, health-wise, I can't do anything, but
Okay.
she's going to go over there and try to hold his what's beginning of his hand, trying to. She doesn't really know what to do, so just trying to help in that way.
So you
being
hold on to the hand and focus in on Volric. Why don't you make a... Just roll a d20 and add your charisma modifier. $14? Okay.
And looking at my sheet again. Looks like it's just one.
Just a 1, so that's a 15? Okay. With a 15, as you clutch on to the hand that's starting to regrow, and at this point it is almost like exposed musculature. So it feels a bit odd as you grip onto it, but you feel Volric's grip tighten a little on your grasp. Volric, you receive an additional bardic inspiration, so you have 2 at your disposal that you can use from Rin's
Amazing.
presence. Aspen, do you do anything in this moment?
I think I would just stay on the opposite side of Farron and look to Shinyar to see if I could be of help to her.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Amy's gonna decide, but you see Chenyar looking over the body, and she looks up at you and is shaking her head. He's gone. I might be able to bring him back, and we'll see what she does.
If you can, we need him for Volric. If you're worried about, materials and stuff, we can always replace that stuff. I think, but we can't replace Volric.
So she can do it. I know she has the 300 gold
if she
diamond.
does it, I will personally buy her a new diamond.
Okay.
Cover the cost.
Okay. So that is Aspen. Before we get to Chenyar, Shifty, do you want to do anything in this moment?
Shifty looks up and he feels like, well, what about Volric? Is he gonna come out? Is he okay? Well, I have a healing potion.
Chenyar shaking her head. She looks worried and doesn't know, and you see her starting to pull out a diamond from her pouch.
I'm gonna jump on top of Volric and start slapping his face. Wake up! Wake up! Come on, snap out of it, boy! Come on, man!
Make an intimidation roll for me.
Oh, intimidation.
Intimidate back to life.
I'm gonna intimidate you back to life. That's right. All right, here we go. Where's my character sheet? All right, intimidation. Here it comes. Boom, boom, boom.
You slap Volric around, and the body just sits there, getting slapped, but nothing seems to happen. Volric, you
can't leave us. Dang it.
Volric, you feel a slight sting on your cheek, like you're not sure what's happening, but this slight little sting on your cheek.
You're supposed to be my first mate.
All right, Chenyar will remove the diamond, place it on the chest of Farron, release the energy, and you watch as Farron's eyes open up, and the bones snap into place. And
I hate that sound.
We will wait to see what Farron does after Volric's turn. Volric, first, at the start of your turn, Volric, another layer action takes place. More vines are trying to pull you down. These ones have these sharp barbs that dig into your flesh. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Right. Hi, Barb. Here you go.
Yeah, you resist, but you are going to still take, as they dig into you, you're still going to suffer from... here we go. So 17 halved to 8 points of psychic damage as they dig into you, and you hear screeching screams of your friends and family going through your head. All right, Volric, it is your turn.
All right.
Oh, and the aspect gets 4 hit points back from that.
Okay. Still my hand in his throat. The axe blade's whirling around his head. I say, "You want to take me? You want to have me?" I lean in. I dissonant whispers, "Never." Make a saving throw. Wisdom, 13 DC.
4. I got a 4.
Nice. It takes a full 3d6 damage, not halved.
Awesome.
7 points.
7 points of damage. And it writhes and wriggles in pain. Doesn't something else happen?
Well, so he would have to move as a reaction, but he cannot move and not let him go.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then beginning of his turn, I assume?
Yeah, I mean, are you going to do anything or no?
I not for a bonus action or movement, no.
Okay.
So
at the beginning of his turn, he does get back the 10 hit points, unless Dissonant Whispers does something to negate that.
But he takes 7 more.
7 more points of damage. Okay, so this is slowly chipping down at this thing as it gets back 10 more hit points. And it is going to... Oh, make a wisdom save for me, Volric. See if you can break the weakening gaze.
That'd be nice. Hey, little one. My squire's arrived.
Yeah.
Go here. I'm making. Oh yeah, wisdom save.
Daddy!
Yes, that's me on TV. Go. Oh no, that definitely didn't make
Definitely
it.
fails. So you still have disadvantage on your strength checks.
Daddy!
I'm.
Daddy!
What is this thing gonna try to do? I think this thing's just gonna go for the attack now. So it's going to. Yeah, it's gonna use the infestation on you. So go ahead and make another wisdom save for me.
You!
Quiet, sweetheart. So I make a wisdom save for his
Wisdom
attack.
save. Yep.
So, attacking me, using that spell again. Right.
That you're talking? And I...
Sorry, guys. Here we go.
That
19.
that succeeds, man.
Yeah.
All right. So as it tries to, you feel that wriggling under your flesh once more. It is unable to have that affect you. Let's just keep this between you and this creature for now, Volric, and then if anybody wants to butt in at some point, you can. What I will say is Farron gets to his feet, reaches out and places a hand onto Volric. Okay. And focuses, and those vines grow back over Volric. Volric, at the start of your turn, you see the creature seem to subside a bit. The trees around you start to stop their wriggling, and the vines and roots under your feet get pulled back into the ground. It seems like whatever was bolstering this is now gone. So go ahead, Volric, it is your turn.
Nice. I say, why don't you make like a tree and leave? I'll use that distant whispers again.
Oh my god, are you gonna insult this thing to death?
Well, yeah, until I run out of spells, yeah.
Oh my god, I got a natural one, so of course, go ahead.
Your familiar is bringing you such good luck right now, Rourke.
Oh my goodness. Go ahead and roll that damage. Did you roll the damage? I don't see it popping up.
All right, no, it's not responding.
Oh, okay. It's just being slow.
Coming in. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll the regular dice.
Okay.
Trade.
Yeah.
6. Here we go.
Daddy!
Oh, God. Sorry, guys. Okay, D6 times 3. Yeah, sweetie, hold on. I'm on TV right now, honey. Here you go. Here's the damage.
9 damage. Okay. It's you're starting to see its form dissolve and peel apart, but it looks like it's gonna get one more chance. Go ahead and make that wisdom save, see if you can break the weakening gaze, and it is going to just start clawing out at you.
Okay, now, yeah. Wisdom save. Go. Come on. What do I got?
2. You cannot break free of it.
Hilarious. Okay,
Oh
and
my
then beginning of his turn,
Yeah, roll that damage.
this spell selection for Cloud of Daggers is already proven itself out for me.
Oh yeah, this is brutal.
Yeah, so let's see. Between the distractions and some tech stuff here. Can you roll 44 for me, please?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, please do that.
4d4. Boom, 11 points. Okay, it is barely clinging on at this point as it's being ripped to shreds by the axes, and in its final moments of desperation, it's going to just lash out at you with these claws. So it's going to make 2 attacks at disadvantage. I don't think any of those hit. 14 and an 8, there's no way. Volric, it is your turn. I'm going to be surprised if this thing makes it, but...
Okay, well, so it's definitely not going to make it. So I have a fighting style, superior technique.
Okay.
Specifically riposte. And so if he misses me, as a reaction, I can make an attack roll.
Go for it. Make your attack roll.
So I can only do this once, right, for rest. But anyway, here we go. Okay, so here's the attack. Stab. Sorry about the sound effects in the background. But you know what? She's helping me. I'm doing better now.
Yeah, she's
that's
like a little good luck charm.
Okay. That's not an advantage, but that's just one. Let me roll again, just in case I get a 20.
Yeah, in case you get the crit.
And ignore, I'll tell you, some of it, I cannot use my giant might damage on this.
Okay.
So it's going to be, where's my giant might? So ignore the, only 1 point, roll the 1. So it's going to be a total of 7, 8, 9, half that, 5.
5. Okay, 5 points. And on your turn, what do you do? It is essentially one. It looks to be about 1 hit away. It's barely holding its form as it's staring up at you. The face shifting into all sorts of different people from your past.
So my hand around his throat, the whirling axe blades above his head. For a moment, those blades are going to make them move out of the way. Mm-hmm. I'm going to headbutt him, do an unarmed strike.
Okay, go for it.
That's not advantage yet. I'll go again. There's advantage.
Yeah, that hits. And you deal 7 points of damage. Is that right?
Yeah, half that.
Okay. With that, Volric, describe how you kill the aspect of the Isle.
All right. So again, hand around the throat. I have the magic throwing axes move out of the way. I see his face, and I say, "No more!" Then I headbutt him. His head just explodes, and ichor all over my face and the front of my armor.
As the ichor explodes outwards from you, you're grabbing the limp, headless body of the aspect, and you hear faint whispers in your head dissipating. And you start to feel yourself almost being lifted, and your vision going dark once more. All of you in the grove see the hand regrow before your very eyes. Rin, you feel it growing around you, and you feel it gently tighten onto your hand, and you can see now flesh, veins, everything intact. Volric, your eyes open, and you see a clear sky above with moonlight drifting down through the grove. All of you see Volric lying there, eyes open, as the roots slowly pull back to reveal his face. And as you lift up the eye patch, you can see that Volric's eye has returned, fully formed. Farron collapses down onto the ground and just leans against the stone, panting from the ordeal.
It worked! We did it!
Don't jinx it!
Yeah, I would like to make a medicine check on Volric, just to make sure everything is okay.
Go for it.
Now he's back.
Yes, but you're still a curse magnet. Don't talk about it. Just be thankful.
12.
12. Aspen, you go up to Volric, look over his face and his features, and as far as you can tell, the eye is fully formed once more. There still is that iconic scarring that's left on his forehead and kind of on his lower cheek, but the eye seems to have reformed entirely, and there's no black ichor coming out of it.
I'm just like, follow my finger. I'll test his reflexes and everything.
Yeah.
Poke his hand a little bit. Yeah.
It all seems to be functioning properly. Volric seems to be intact.
Are you all right?
You have 2 eyes. So, yeah.
I think you scared us half to death, Volric.
Man, don't scare me like that, man. You old dog. Jeez. Never let you out of my sight again.
That was more difficult than passing that deer meat after that big feast last year.
He's okay. He's telling terrible jokes as always, so I think he's fine. Well, can we ask what happened while you were unconscious?
Thanks to our druid friend here, and whoever else may have helped, I was able to fight the manifestation of this curse myself. And I won.
Is at rest now?
What?
It's at rest now?
Yeah, if you consider it with an exploded head rest, yeah.
So, why do we have to come to a haunted or cursed forest to perform this thing?
Farron kind of sits up. The forest isn't cursed. That was whatever was holding on to Volric fighting back. I've never seen these woods do that.
That was nasty.
He kind of looks around, and Volric, you can now see there's all these kind of burnt and wet and dissolved almost roots and vines and pieces of bark scattered all throughout this grove. And you see Farron looking a bit worried and sad as he looks out at the trees, and you can see that there are 3 of the trees that are completely marred as a huge chunk of the trunk has just been peeled away. And Farron's just kind of rubbing his forehead. Oh, I'm so sorry, Sylvanas.
What can I do to repay you?
It's fine. He looks and notices Rin standing there, and then looks back at you, Volric. Let's just say, it's fine. I've repaid a debt.
Well, perhaps so. But if you ever have need of me for anything, seek me out.
Okay. I don't know if I just need to go home.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take my oil flask now.
It's still there as you scoop it up.
Yeah. Sorry about putting oil in your forest.
It's fine. You did what you had to do.
Don't make us bark.
Oh, we don't have the group images up.
Thank you. Thought I had transitioned.
Although I like this, we should have all the shows just be me.
Volric show.
I thought I had transitioned, but thanks. Yeah, I forgot to hit the button.
I just want to hold my hand out to Volric. And I look him straight in the eyes. You know, you told me once that we were going to be a family, and I think seeing you in a state of pain like this, or like you were, made me we can't be a family without you, Volric. And honestly, seeing you like this really scared me, and I don't get scared easily. So please stick around, for a little while. Muted. You're muted.
I appreciate you, Aspen. I appreciate all of you. And yes, Aspen, I saw the future. The future is us as a family. And we will defeat these Salwagan, and we will protect Saltmarsh and more. Thank all of you for what you've done.
I'm gonna put my hand on your knee and say, well, Vork, because I'm pretty short. And I'm gonna be like, well, Vork, today you're the real Malone.
That'll never be. A backup Malone, maybe.
I yell from where I am sitting on top of the men here. You're still a damn curse magnet. But I'll share a drink with you any day.
You got plenty of notes, though, right?
Archive, did you catch all that?
Yes, sir. I definitely, most certainly did.
Exquisite.
Quite a mess here. Looks like you had some fun.
That would be a interesting choice of words. Near death, yes. Another near-death experience. Oh yes, I do have I use a Misty Step to get up from up there because I'm all out of first level spells.
Uh-huh. Can you use a Misty Step to get down, or are you just out?
I have a second level spell left. The Featherfall is first level, so I actually can't come down without a Misty Step. Or I could climb and, well, my 7 strength probably die.
You could try
it.
Should I help you get down from there?
No, I'm fine. I'll just use magic and teleport down.
So do you Misty Step down?
Yeah.
Okay, so I use from the top of this 15-foot stone arch appears down below. Farron is currently just resting. He's kind of pulled away from the group and is leaning against one of the trees that is missing a piece of its trunk, and just kind of kneeling there before it, gently tracing the bark, as he just seems to be lost in thought as he's just sitting at the edge of the grove tracing the bark of this tree. What are you all doing in this moment?
My eyes are kind of wandering over to the druid. I'm just kind of watching because I feel responsible for his loss. But this has been the Volric show, so I'm going to basically spend that time kind of watching as other people do stuff.
Okay.
I'll break out the Pearl of Power and use it.
Okay.
In case something else happens.
Focus in and...
Or some spells.
Okay. Yeah, you get that 4th level spell slot back as you focus in on that pearl. Anybody else?
I'm gonna go talk to everyone else. Just do their thing first.
Okay.
I'm gonna give...
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go for it.
I'm gonna give Shinyar the 150. Because I think Bryn said she was going half with me.
Okay.
For the diamond.
All right. So go ahead and mark that off for both of you. 150 gold. As Shinyar is gifted the gold, she says, "Thank you. I will definitely buy more components." And I will talk with her about that. And Rin, did you want to do something?
After Shifty decides what he wants to do.
Okay, Shifty.
No, Shifty's he hasn't been hurt at all really, so he just kind of brushed himself off from slivers of dust.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, for a day's work. I think I'm gonna get back to my boat.
Okay. And as you all gather up your things and get ready to depart, Rin, what would you like to do?
All right. Rin is going to walk over to Farron and sort of lightly touch some of the void as well, giving an apologetic look. Sorry for your woods.
Yeah, it's all right. I should get going. Loris. And the toad starts to lope over.
Farron, the last time I got a look like that was from Chenyar over there. And you called me friendly. Do you know who I am, Farron?
I do. It's remarkable how much you look like her. I thought I was moving on when I saw your face. When I was struck. I did feel myself returning to the earth, and then I was wrested free, yanked back to this plane.
It wasn't your time.
I know who you are, though.
Well, I thought you were a dead man. From the stories my mother would tell me, and well, I suppose she's partially right now. You have experienced a death, but the last I heard, you and my mother, along with unfortunately not Chenyar, though thankfully it seems, went seeking out for something that left everyone gone except her. But obviously, seeing as I found out yesterday that my father was actually an adventurer, it seems that a lot of the truth was kept from me.
We thought it best to try to shield you from this life, Rin. But your mother, she thought differently. We came to a compromise with her and just asked that she leave your father out of it.
Baron, that illness, is that another secret kept from me?
Yes. I was the one helping your mother keep it at bay, whatever was affecting her. I even brought her here and tried to do what I did for Volric, and it didn't work. It didn't work on any of us, Rin.
On any of you?
It didn't work on me.
Are you...
And it didn't work on your father.
My father... Are you telling me you're sick too? That he's sick?
Look
what do you mean that he's sick? He's never been sick my whole life. I've never seen a healthier man.
I'm so sorry, Rin. I have a way of keeping it at bay. I provide the medicine to your family, and your father didn't want you to know. I mean, look at me. I used to be... All I have now is my connection to all of this. That's the only thing I have left. I'm slowly withering away.
There's always another option. Hell, with Volric, we have went through every single option, and he's here because of you.
I tried that, Ren, and it didn't work.
There's always something else. This world is too big that there's nothing else to do.
I should really go, Rin. And he tries to pull away.
I mean, I have a lot of experience with halflings. I have longer legs.
Do you just start following him?
Yeah, just pacing left, shuffling left and right around.
Oh, like trying to block his way.
Yeah.
He keeps trying to move past you. At one point, he ducks under your legs, but you just dart in front of him and stop him. You are your mother's daughter.
Which means you're going to tell me exactly what we can do to help you and my father.
There might be one thing. Come with me. He starts to lead you. All of you see Rin and Farron leave the grove. Farron seems to be a bit upset, but Rin is kind of like comforting him as they go. Rin, you are led off to the edge of the grove of Sylvanas, to that massive willow tree that Farron resides in. He opens the round door and ducks in, leads you inside. Roots around in a bedside table and pulls out what looks to be like a leather-bound journal. Starts flipping through it. Okay. Here. And he hands it to you. You can see an entry written in there. Do you read it?
No, of course I read it.
Reading this entry, it details a story that's familiar to you, but there are parts of it that are different and off. This appears to be the story your mom told you all those years ago of going into an ancient Netherese crypt to look for this wondrous artifact that you always assumed was more of a fairy tale than real. Speaking of the Light of Selûne, this elixir known to heal any disease, any curse, any ailment that may befall those on the material plane. This elixir was concocted by a Netherese mage who had a sick child, a Netherese cleric who called out to Selûne, and Selûne answered their call in order to create this ancient artifact. However, one of the high mages of ancient Netheril, greedy for power, stole this artifact from the cleric, and the child died as a result, unable to receive the aid in time. The cleric punished this mage, coming down on them with all of their power and force, and the mage was vanquished. Taking back the artifact, the cleric had a tomb constructed where it was hidden away from the world so that only those who are worthy can retrieve it. A series of trials designed to test those who would like this artifact. They would need to pass them first. And what you were reading is your mother and adventuring group going through these trials. However, there is a moment partway through the tale where you read in Farron's handwriting that Farron thought he had found the artifact, and he squirreled it away from everyone, hiding it, planning to take it for himself. And upon doing that, the tomb began to shake and rumble, and they felt a searing pain shoot through their bodies as they crumpled to the ground, and the ceiling started to cave in on them, slowly coming down to crush them. Renly was the only one that was able to pull them out and save them in time. As you finish reading this passage, Farron looks up at you pleadingly. It's all my fault. There was someone home that was dying. I thought I could save them. I thought I had it.
She kneels down and reaches out with one arm. You are not that man. You have saved the first friend I made when I left my home, everything I knew. Even without knowing who he was. Are you saying that that is still there? Untouched?
It could be.
The real one?
It could be.
We are going to get it together.
What?
I said we are going to get it together.
I can show you on a map where it is.
You could show me when we're walking over there to get it. I'm not sure if you could tell, but I inherited my father's ranger skills, and I inherited my mother's stubbornness. So we're going to get that.
He reaches up and scratches under the chin of Loris, who lets out a big brrr. All right, fine. We're gonna need help, though. The tomb is designed to test people in specific ways. Perhaps your friends?
Well, right now we're kind of dealing with someone that may or may not be coming to destroy everything we know and love. So, I suspect they might have their hands full, though we could ask.
Okay, I'll get my things together.
Good talk. Just pats him as if that was a very big talk. Just pats him on the shoulder. Good talk. Good talk.
Okay. And he turns and he starts to bundle things up into a pack. What do you want to do next, Rin, as you've made this decision?
Whatever she can do in 9 minutes. So, she is going to quickly exit and start and call over Bert to start gathering her things.
Okay. Gather everything up. Are you going to head back to the group?
Yes, and to kind of just open up that opportunity. You could very clearly see her just suddenly from talking, walking to gathering all her stuff and into her pack.
Got it. Okay, so you get everything gathered up here in Farron's, in front of Farron's home. Cinch your pack up and head for the Diora. And we do only have a little bit of time here. So I think what would be best, I'm going to transition back to all of us. I think it might be good to actually end it here as we see Farron exiting out as he's gotten all of his things, looking at you, Rin, and the two of you walking off through the Grove of Sylvanas towards the Diora. The rest of the group gathered on the ship, recovering from this ordeal that you've all have just undertaken. And eventually you hear the creaking of the planks, the gangplank, and see Rin approaching with Farron at her side. And I think we're going to end there as the two of them stand at the deck of the ship. And next week we will do Rin's goodbye. Rin, you can join us for the beginning of next week's episode, I believe. So we'll do Rin's goodbye next week so we don't have to rush through it. I would also like Amy to be there because I think it'd be really nice for Amy to participate in this. And we'll do Rin's goodbye. And then, yeah, we'll see you all next week for that and say goodbye to Erica next week.
I think we have a title for next week's show.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Swift goodbyes?
Swift goodbyes, yeah. Well, thanks everybody for joining us this evening. It was a crazy little moment there, and I'm glad we didn't have to rush Erica's goodbye. We will do that at the beginning of next week's episode. Is there anything else? Eric, am I missing anything? Is there anything that we should plug before we wrap this up?
No, I guess maybe just a couple heads ups again. So we have our Dress to Quest Facebook group and YouTube channel that will have all of our shows. I've been neglecting lately, although you can find them all on Gen Con TV if you ever want to watch past episodes in the meantime. And then we have a lot of really cool guests coming starting next week.
Yes.
We have our friend James from Tabletop Misfits. He'll be joining us for a 3-episode arc. And
Indeed.
because Rin will be gone for a while, we are using that slot to have a lot of guests. That includes Peter Atkinson, Luke Gygax, Elisa Teague, Thorneye, and others to be announced.
Yes, we're all very excited and can't wait to have James next week. We'll start the episode out a little sad, and then we'll hopefully end it with a nice, good high note. All right, yeah, thank you, everybody, and can't wait to see you all next week. Have a lovely evening.